Hey, my lovely friends, how are you? Welcome to this video. Thank you for pressing play on this video. My name is Jenny Hansen Lane. I'm always excited to be here with you guys. I have a background in digital marketing and course creation, and I love KDP. I love creating passive income. I've been doing this for the past year, and I promised myself that I would share the journey with you. And as you guys have commented and really shown interest in this journey together, it's been fun to find like-minded people like yourself. And as you know, I have a masterclass for niching down, and as a coach and someone that does course creation, I'm naturally lend to coaching. So I love sharing videos, and specifically somebody asked about this particular topic, and so I wanted to dive into it so to bring you more clarity and inspiration. And I think sometimes people want to be told a niche to go after, and I think that's great, but in this video I'd like to share why niching down begins with you, who you are. And before that, though, I want you to know that your experiences can't be compared to somebody else. I am second oldest of 8 kids in my parents' family. My parents had 8 kids in 11 years. There's 6 girls and 2 boys. And all of us have completely different perceptions of experiences that we had growing up. So we're not even the same. We think different things. We have different personalities. Some of us are kind of similar, some of us aren't. So even in the whole wide world of a little tiny huge family, we're all still so different. So that's a really important concept to remember on this KDP journey, because you're going to leverage who you are. That's a really important part, okay? So why niching down begins with you. First of all, someone in a previous video asked me about how I'm able to do videos so fast and how I'm able to publish so fast. And I'm going to answer it for you in this video. And the reason why I'm able to do it fast is because I niched down, but I niched down because I got to know myself. And so in 2018, I took an assessment. If you open your camera on your phone, this QR code will take you to Amazon to a book called Strength Finder. And I'll put it in the comments I'll put it in the description too for you. And Strength Finder is a 20-minute assessment about how you would react in certain situations. Maybe 30 minutes if you go really slow, but it's actually a really fun assessment. And the reason why this costs money is because they will generate a report, and there's a book that it's based off of called Discover Your Strengths. CliftonStrengths. Don Clifton is the guy that invented this process. Sorry, this is pixelated. So Strength Finder gives you 34 different things about your personality, and it rates you in the top 5. Like, what are your strengths and weaknesses? And I want to tell you guys that before I took this, I was a wedding I was a wedding and portrait photographer for 12 years, and I had little kids at home, and I was starting to struggle with being away on Saturdays and missing the weekend with them, because my husband does work for an employer that he loves the weekend. So this is where the pain started. And I started to learn about digital marketing, and I started to feel some guilt and shame that, like, oh, wait, I'm a wedding photographer. And I don't know why I had that, but I really struggled with understanding that, why am I so multi-passionate? What is wrong with me? And I really thought that, because my whole life I was told you can only be this when you grow up. Or it's not even that. People say, what do you want to be when you grow up? That is the dumbest question to ask a child. And I will never ask my kids that. I ask them, what are your current interests? What do you think you'd be interested in doing? Like, we want to fuel children's passions, not identity. Like, identity is separate. We can do a whole different thing about identity. Anyways, I love personality assessments. Maybe this needs to be a series, because the more you know yourself, information leads to inspiration. The more you know about yourself, the more you're going to be able to do amazing things. And I'm just going to I'm a testimonial for this book, because it's incredible. Okay. So I'm going to share with you, I took this assessment and it changed my life because this was my report. Now, it will give you your top 5, but I paid $20 more to unlock the full 34. And the book that I have a code for you, the book comes with a code. The code unlocks the quiz. You take the quiz, and then you use the book to look inside at what your strengths are. So this was probably, this is not the most money I've ever spent on a personality test, but this one changed my life upside down, inside out. Okay. And this is why. Number one, my number one strength in who I am, like my part of who I am, is ideation. Okay. I used to feel so embarrassed that I had a billion ideas every 10 minutes. And then I took this test and I realized, oh my goodness, what a gift from God to be an ideator, to be given ideation. Now you can see these different colors. They've broken it into categories. My top 3 strengths are strategic thinking. This means I would be really good at marketing. So you guys can see how I was attracted to this and kind of moved out of wedding photography. Okay. Like it was just who I needed to become in this way. And then, so let's say I bought the book, right? I got the QR code, I bought the book, I got it in the mail, I took the assessment. When I opened the book for ideation, it'd probably say something like this. This is from their website. Jenny is fascinated by ideas. What is an idea? An idea is a concept, the best explanation of most events. You are delighted when you discover beneath the complex surface of an elegantly simple concept to explain why things are the way they are. An idea is a connection. Yours is the kind of mind that is always looking for connections. So if you're intrigued when seemingly disparate phenomena can be linked by an obscure connection, an idea is a new perspective on familiar challenge. Okay, so this is why the KDP thing is taking off for me, because I have crazy amount of ideas and I need to execute on them. Okay. And I'm making connections. So the digital marketing is helping, the course creation is helping, the art background is helping, the podcast is helping. Okay. So like you guys all have backgrounds that are going to help you in your own way. Okay. So it says like you love all these ideas because they are profound, because they are novel, because they are clarifying, because they are contrary, because they are bizarre. Like this is me to a T. Like if you go through my YouTube channel, you guys, and you see people like, oh, I just got an idea from this. I just got like, I am sharing this so you make connections, because that's how I learn too. That's why most of my videos are presentation slides and not me just talking, because I am the visual person. I probably need to do more video, and I probably will, but like the visualization of seeing things really helps me. And it's only because I know who I am. Okay. Another reason that the KDB thing is getting really big for me is because number 2, I'm futuristic. I see people that have retired their spouse. I see people who have made 40 grand in 1 month. I see that I'm like, I want that. So I'm going to use my ideas to be futuristic. This is also why I'm a really positive person, because I believe the future. I believe in the future. If I didn't believe in the future, it'd be really hard for me to take a step today. So a lot of my decisions that I make today are based off of the future. This is also religiously why I have a lot of faith, because I'm very futuristic. So like I find a lot of peace and empowerment in happy principles of religion, like giving and serving, right? You guys see that with my YouTube channel. I like faith. I like repenting and changing, because I believe in the future I can be a better person. Okay. I'm like hyped because this changed my life. Okay. So number 3 is strategic. Like part of the ideation is I like to make connections. So if I can figure out a way to be strategic and more profitable on KDP, like that's the way my brain works. I'm not going to all those videos of like, hey, come check out this popular niche. There's all these YouTube channels out there where they show you all these popular niches. And I don't ever go after those because they're not my own ideas and it's not strategic enough for me. Like I want to go through the process of learning how to fish and like filleting that fish and like doing it myself. Okay. So my 4th, where is it? Activator. When you guys say, oh my gosh, Jenny, why are you making videos and publishing? Why do you have 400 books in 9 months? Like I take action. Okay. I am, and the reason why I'm documenting the process is, do you guys see this orange color? Influence. Like, I know that if I can take action, it's going to empower you. That enough is enough for me. Like, as a mom, if I can take action in something and my kids follow, it's incredible. Okay. So, when you guys take this assessment, like, you might have other things on here that are like very powerful for KDP, and you just need this knowledge to unlock you from your own prison of like maybe why you're stuck. Okay. So, activator, I take very, very fast action. And I don't believe in perfection, so I don't really care what happens. Like, I don't really care. I don't really care. If you guys saw the beginning of this video, the thumbnail, the photo of me, I have a big zit on my chin. But it's a photo I haven't used yet, so I'm like, you know what, we're gonna use it. Like, I'm not gonna Photoshop it out. I don't have time. I need to take action. Like, once you know yourself, it's like there's nothing else that's gonna get in my way. Okay. So when you do the Strength Finder, when you use the code that I sent you, the QR code is for the book online. The book has a code. You're going to open the book and you're going to rip the code out, just like a little gamification, like it's a little prize. And you're going to get a code and you're going to go to gallup.com and put in the code and you're going to take this assessment and you're going to get your top 5 strengths. And then I think if you pay additional, it will unlock the rest. Okay. So number 5, executing. Okay. So you can see that my other top strengths in my top 10, like number 5 is my belief. Like, my belief is what drives me, the things that I value, which goes back to futuristic, right? Like, the religious side of me is like, I believe that good things happen to people who work hard. So I'm going to activate. Like, anyways, number 6 shows up in my life more than I'd like to admit, but I love it. Like, I played soccer in college. I was number 1 in the nation for goals and assists. I was raised in a really big family. Like, I'm a competitive person. That's why I got certified in gamification for marketing. Like, how do we reward people so they feel seen and heard? That's a really big part of marketing. So like, if YouTube tells me, hey, you have an opportunity to be monetized, like, I'm going to publish more, guys, right? Like, I'm competitive. So I don't want to go over that. I don't want to go over all of these unless you want me to. You need to say, Jenny, go over all of them and explain more. But I want you guys to look at what is number 34 on here for me. What is my very last strength? This blows my mind, right? If you ask a lot of people who know me, this is a strength. But 34 on here is consistency. It is my last strength. So I want you guys to know that consistency is such a crucial part. I'm going through a fat loss journey right now, and I want to get rid of all the fat that I stored while having babies. And this requires consistency. And I think this is why it's taken me longer. So what I need to do is I need to use more of my belief and more of my activation and more of my ideation and strategy to get there. So don't be discouraged by anything that's on this list that is not what you might think or appear. It's still information that can serve you, because the book will go through if things might be your weakness. Number 33, harmony. My harmonious is not like harmonious, is not like I will go to toes for you. I'm that person. Like, if I believe the belief and the ideation, like those things, if I believe something is true, like, I am going to, number 8, I'm going to command that. Like, I'm going to go to toes for you guys. 7, I like to achieve. And 10, focus. So these are really powerful. When I say, like, if you can niche down by understanding yourself, it's game over. Because guess what? The competition is you against you. If you know who you are, a KDPer, right? If you know who you are, you do not copy your spam. You create. You look at what's successful. You write down those things and you think, how do I make this more of mine? Okay? That's the only way that I have been successful on this. There's been 3 or 4 things that I've created out of my mind without looking for keyword research. And I'm blown away when they sell, because I'm like, oh my goodness, I didn't even validate that niche. So like, there is karma, there is real things about manifesting and putting something out in the universe, and don't dismiss that. Every time you hit submit for publishing, don't think this isn't going to sell. Say, someone out here needs this book. Say it every single time. If you know who you are, you know your strengths and weaknesses. I just went through that for you guys. If you know who you are, you niche down faster, focusing on your strengths, right? I already know that, like, I'm consistency's not like way up there. So I need to use my ideation and I need to do all these things that really help me activate my purpose and focus. Okay. So if you know who you are, you leverage who you are. That's another reason I'm doing this masterclass for niching down, which you can find in previous videos. It's called Don't Make Me Niche Slap You Masterclass, because if we can use the things that we're already interested in, then we are a couple steps ahead of getting started. And getting started is one of the hardest things we'll ever do in our entire life. And everyone says, I need motivation. But guess what motivation comes from? It comes from getting started. So don't be afraid to serve yourself by buying this Strength Finder book, ripping out the code when it comes in the mail, taking the assessment, and sharing with me your top 5 strengths. we could do seriously a whole coaching program on this. I took a coaching program on it and it transformed my life. You can feel that in the fire in my voice, in my passion, that knowing who I am. I can't wait for my teenager to get old enough to be able to take this test, because I took it with my husband, made my marriage better, like knowing his strengths and like him knowing I'm a super activator, an ideator. Like, it's a real thing. I love you guys and I want the very best for you, and I know that that comes when you step into your strengths. So let's niche down together. Love you guys. Peace out.